Hello everyone, and welcome to this session of Iron and Thorn at Alberon RPG. It is our Cypher horror campaign. We'll go into a little bit more of what that means for us and you in just a minute, but welcome. You're here. I'm Cara, your storyteller this evening, and many others. And evening in the sense that it is after 12 p.m. Welcome. Some horror is best told by the daylight. I am here with my friends. Not all of them. Good luck, Hannah. Please feel better. With my friends, Joe, Vincent, and Alanna.
Can you tilt her?
Yeah. This is my
Alanna hit the camera during our break.
I'm short. I'm not used to it.
That's so funny.
Some of us, the time change hit us real hard, and I hope that it's treating you just as well. And if you're in another country that doesn't believe in time change, I envy you.
Yeah. Or Arizona.
I envy you less, but moisturize, stay hydrated. As mentioned, Hannah is not here tonight, and we desperately hope she feels better. And if she's watching, Hank is just gritting his teeth and moving forward. Don't worry. In the meantime, Alanna will be enjoying the free real estate and many microphones.
Yeah.
She will find her voice amplified to all.
I should probably stop that. I forgot.
We did it for the bit.
We did it for the bit, and now the bit has bit too hard.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one was supposed to be mine, so I just gathered them.
If you put that one on the table, then we'll hear our dice roll really well.
Ooh. That is both a good and a bad thing, depending on your feeling on dice rolls.
Depending on how we roll.
Iron and Thorn is a Cypher System based game using the Old Gods of Appalachia Ruleset as our base, and with some extra writing from yours truly and my friends the players. Old Gods of Appalachia is an amazing horror anthology podcast written by Cam Collins and Steve Shell, two people who are native to that region. And as I am not native to that region and it doesn't have as many cultural ties for me, I decided to bring the Eldritch horror back to what I know best, which is Massachusetts. I, unlike Lovecraft, however, am kind of familiar with the
women.
Women.
No.
But, we treat the horror as it's meant to be treated. Commentary. As always, because this is a setting in an alternate universe, Massachusetts, New England area, we do touch on some themes that can be disturbing for viewers, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. And if you are watching via YouTube, if we encounter anything throughout this session that may potentially cause adverse feelings and harm, and you want to be warned, we'll put the trigger warning in the notes below. If I remember to tell Joe what they are.
I got homework live.
We'll update the YouTube video from session 1. Apologies. On that note, welcome everyone to session 2 of Iron and Thorn. And this time, I remember the stinger. It's somewhere on the screen. And we're back. Welcome. Friends and fellow employees and bar patrons. We return to the town of South Burnham, a town in decline that now exists to sort of funnel and tax revenue and prop up the vacation village that is in Burnham proper. A fact of which you are all uniquely aware. When last we met, 4 of you were closing up the bar, as is some of your habits, in various states of inebriation, both complete and not at all. It was on that night that Hank's friend, mentor, and royal father figure Hugh stepped out into the night for the last time. And as you all went off in search of what happened to him, you encountered, not for the first time, something other, something of the dark, bestial nature. Encountering this mass of limbs and formless flesh that seemed to dissolve, decay, and indeed absorb and take on traits of its food. You successfully fended it off, rescuing part of Hugh, to the dismay of Hank. Young Hank took it most hard, with a deep-seated need to protect and fight back against those things that go bump in the night that might hurt the ones he cares about. Hank resolved to move forward with revenge, find the beast, and see it destroyed completely. Saying goodbye to his mother and leaving her in the care of a neighbor, Hank does not believe he will return. And indeed, with a singular focus held by the young, it may be up to the remaining 3 of you to channel that energy appropriately. And for today, if you direct Hank, he will move in that direction. Sam, you sent off your friend Michael Quinn into the night to find help in whatever that may be from your acquaintances, your friends, your supply network. I did say that we would roll in between the session, and we did, and Vincent rolled a natural 20, which netted for the group some very positive gains. And we will get to that in a minute.
Your ally is General Mills, of course.
Of course, General Mills.
The supplier.
We have Kellogg. We have Flakes. Horace, ever the independent worker, took his knowledge of the dark and went off to prepare to delve deeper for maybe the first time in a very long time. He invited his neighbor Myrtle, in the state in which she exists now, into his home for a little bit of conversation and guidance in crafting some of the more helpful items and ciphers that we might use today. Unfortunately, in the crafting of these things, Horace is also compelled to craft something else. As the sculptor of many of the base forms of the dolls for the Twin Dove Toy Company, Horace began work on another. And maybe we'll find out what that means today. Checking in on him, of course, was Peter, the quiet, somewhat odd, and off-putting older gentleman, the one who paints the faces of the dolls, and has more friends than maybe we realized. And it's fine if some of your friends just aren't human and are little tiny rats that run through your walls of stuff. As indeed, Peter was able to gather some supplies to help Horace with his endeavors, and advised the group about what potentially lurked in Myrtle's house, as indeed that house is a burned out husk of its former self, and potentially not an accident after all. It is the morning, a Saturday. The sun is bright in the sky, not a cloud, This spring day finds the three of you with a focused and determined and quiet hang. At the edge of the fence that now encircles the burnt-out husk, the annex of the Twin Dove Toy Company, which burned down in 1911, a great tragedy that eclipsed all else in the news in July. You find yourselves just outside a fence, tracking down the bits and the pieces of that thing, that mass that you fought in the night. Where are you all headed?
So I believe at the end of last session we were thinking about going to the annex.
Yep.
You are right at the
We're right at
you're
the
right at
entrance
the
to the
fence.
annex.
You're looking at that burnt out husk. It's blackened walls rise up into what is otherwise a lovely day.
How locked is this gate? Is it like burnt down? We just kind of walk over it. Is it like big steel?
The
roses?
fence is put up later to kind of keep young children from playing in what is most likely a dangerous and somewhat toxic environment. The fence itself is relatively flimsy, mostly to keep out anyone who would otherwise be deterred.
Are there any, like, gaps in the fence that we can just kind of go through, or are we going to have to deal with the fence?
You could probably just climb over it. People might see, but...
Is there anywhere that's a little bit out of the public eye, like people walking by won't see? I have a bag of heavy tools. Are there, like, bolt clippers in there I can use to just kind of cut out a section of the
I'd
fence?
say with a bag of heavy tools, that, sure.
Okay.
You've found need for certain sharp and blunt implements. So you make your way around the back side of the building, in between what is now a small monument with no names, just a date and a little platitude inscribed on it, commemorating the tragedy and those that died within. Not one, really, that says enough. Very simple. Just a
A
rock.
plaque or a
Not
statue
even.
as well?
It's just a rock that's been carved into. There's no statue.
Hmm.
The statue is in the town square closer to the Twin Dove Toy Company and says more about the founder of most of the major businesses than it does about the people who live there. You eventually find the gate chained closed, and with just a quick snip from your bolt cutters, you are able to open it with a quiet, almost muffled sounding. And you are able to enter. You walk towards this building.
Is anything watching us? Is anybody
Go
watching
ahead
us?
And give me a perception check. It's an intellect skill. Let's call this a level 4, which is a 12 or higher.
Okay.
Could I use my tracking to see if anything has entered or left
Certainly.
recently?
Certainly, you can focus on that.
I'll also use effort, and since I have an intellect edge of 3, that reduces it by 1 to difficulty 3, which means the target is 9. That cocked.
How far away are we from like the front door?
19.
Is there like a large stretch?
Yeah, there's probably about like a good 50 feet perimeter, so
Okay.
it's just open.
Okay.
And you said
19.
19. Very nice. You specifically notice quite a lot. You're familiar with this area. You come here almost every day, as indeed you find yourself almost compelled to do extra work on the weekends. There's not much waiting for you at home, after all, and all of your supplies and tools are in the main factory. You didn't often visit the annex, but you were familiar with its general layout, as you did provide some guidance as to space needs and maybe a separate office for sculptors, to which you were told, of course, wouldn't be needed for this product line. And you do see that it is quite early in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. by now, and people are walking around a little bit, but no one's paying you much heed. After all, 2 of you work here. And Sam seems to be doing enough to kind of meld through the three of you to provide some cover for himself. But I will say that as your presence is largely unnoticed by the people around you, you specifically feel accompanied. Does Horace carry any bag or briefcase or anything like that with his supplies?
He does have a bag of soot with him.
A bag of soot?
Yes.
And nothing else?
I mean, nothing that's like, he has a tin of dried sage. I think those are the only
Okay,
containers
so
he
just
has.
deep pockets.
Yeah.
You get that now.
One for you, one for a friend. As indeed a 19 for you now is a critical. Thank you. And you look and you see a small friend waiting for you, just propped up against one of the entrances to the factory. No face yet, not carved, and not detailed in any way. No clothes, not yet. Just a simple little shift to protect some of the inner parts that haven't quite been sewn up yet. The little doll is waiting for you.
How far away is it?
About 40 feet, as you walk closer.
Okay. I'll keep my eye on it. I'll very quietly just point, but it's a very subtle point. He's not trying to call attention to himself. So whether or not the two of you notice this, I think probably Horace is walking in the rear, but he's going to, as soon as he gets to close range, reach out and just connecting with this doll. Something that the faceless sort of nature of it doesn't bother me. It looks like every other doll that I've ever seen. It isn't finished, and it needs to be. And so I will use draw item for free, because I have intellect edge 3, to just pull it into my hand from a distance.
I would say, Sam, you are busy looking for tracks of things coming and going. What did you get?
17.
We will come back to that. Peter, you are the only one that could make a roll if you would like. I will have you do this. And what tier is this skill?
I believe it is tier 1.
It's a tier 1 skill?
Yeah.
I will say that this will be with crit, we'll give it a level 3. It'll be a little bit hindered, so it's a level 3, but initially a level 2.
Okay. I do have a intellect edge of 3, I believe. I have buried leave here. Okay,
You will roll
yes.
a 2.
Yeah. So I will use a free level effort to bring that back down to 2.
All right.
Considering how I've been rolling this week.
Okay, maybe you're just saving it up for today.
17.
Very nice.
I got eyes.
You do have eyes, many eyes. And as you see the little critters that you call friends, various species, kind of peeking out and just noticing your approach, they also begin to notice something else is here and scatter from around the edges of the doorway and indeed from the doll itself, as you see a small, articulated, unfinished doll base, one of Twin Doves, stand and walk over to Horace, who bends down and picks it up.
Looking at this doll, does Horace understand what it has been placed there to do?
Horace, you've seen small, unformed dolls before. I would say in the past, with your deeply incurious nature towards these things, that, sometimes you just tend to wander while you are thinking about new forms, looking for inspiration. You've left dolls in other places, but always when they kind of crop up, you're sparked by some desire to finish it. And almost a compulsion to finish it sooner rather than later so that you can give it to its intended.
I'm going to look at this doll, and I'll look around at the people who are here. I can see Peter, I can see Sam, I can see a little bit off in the distance our other friend who is just a bit busy. But thinking about that, already there are sort of ideas coming to mind about how I might complete this doll. And so I think probably Horace is now a little bit distracted, just sort of looking and poking and prodding a little bit.
So Horace, if you wouldn't mind taking this little card here for your doll specifically, you're going to be writing things as it happens.
Oh.
Because, again, it depends on you what shape this doll takes and what inspiration you have. So this simple doll is currently just a base. I will have you roll a d6 at some point to determine its level. And at the moment, it grants criticals on 19 and 20. However, the longer you hold on to this doll and the longer it remains unfinished, your failures will also increase.
Love that. Great item. Do you want me to roll for level now?
I would love for you to roll a level now. It means more for me than it does for you.
Nope. 2.
It's a 2. Wonderful. You have a level 5 doll.
Not troubling at all.
5 pocket enemy.
And though Joe is deeply troubled by this, I am going to Horace. Who is he to turn away a partially completed gift?
Of course. It is one of the few joys of your life to surprise people with little dolls that resemble them. And you've given them to many people over the years. Many adults and children. Sam, a 17 is very good.
I'm very good at tracking.
Such a lower...
I was on the track team.
You were on the track team, indeed. Sam, you are trained to find things in the woods, both helpful and harmful to society, and the green itself. You've experience with tracking down the things that go bump in the night and the things that go snort, honk, and a little bit of rawr in the night. And some of them end up in stew, and some of them end up on your wall. And still others find themselves banished back to the deeps from whence they came. No human feet have been in this area for a bit. There's piles of dust that have blown up against the side of the building. There's whatever the fuck that thing is that just walked toward Horace, but you're not going to think about that right now. You are on a mission. You do note that some of the drains in the area seem to have a little bit more moisture around the edges than exists in the warming day. The sun has evaporated all of the mist and the fog from the evening prior, and the drizzle, while, still in the cracks and edges of the cobbles, this section is relatively dry and sunny, except for some of the drains, and the doorway is clear. You had to use bolt cutters to get through here, so whatever made its way in either had a separate way into this area, was smaller, and was able to fit through the fence, or hasn't ever left the area. And as you think about what that could possibly be, you hear the pop and rattle of an engine as a familiar sounding car kind of pulls into town. Stepping out of the car, you see your friend Michael Quinn, who you sent off into the night with the hopes of finding some more information. Okay, well, I didn't find much in the way of... Where are you guys going in there?
We are...
Thought you're just gonna investigate the outside.
are looking.
Very close to that door.
We are looking.
Not gonna ask questions, not gonna ask questions. Well, I do have...
What we're hunting, I believe, is inside.
I hope you don't mind if, I keep watch on the perimeter then. That's structurally unsound in there. But I do have some things. And most people weren't really able to get you much in terms of, guns and explosives right about now. And from what people were telling me, those wouldn't help quite as much. 'Cause apparently you're just going after the bits. Sam said just the bits.
Sorry, what does he mean by just the bits?
It did like explode and went.
Oh. I'm not really sure what we're going after, but we're going towards where the bits were going to, yeah.
Ugh. Well, I do have, some of these things for you. And he begins pulling out what seem like just a random assortment of items.
I didn't need more guns. I have old Beatrice here. Pats his hunting rifle.
You change that thing's name all the time. You could have just called her Frank today and I wouldn't have noticed. Anyway.
Horace is going to glance up at this assortment of items. Is there anything here that seems different?
Would this be understanding, crafting? Is it just general? Is there knowledge of magic in there? Is that
I think it's understanding.
There's
that
understanding,
understanding,
crafting, using.
using?
So this is probably understanding.
Yes, and I would say, yeah, understanding. We'll get to that. But first, as he gives you some guidance. Thank you.
Oh no.
That's so
That's not
just
good.
real quick.
That's a lot of guidance.
It's a lot of guidance.
Oh, fuck.
So you're probably gonna want some rope, and he pulls out some general supplies to help you with going through an old decrepit factory.
Thank you.
And part of Vincent's role saw him choose in what forms his aid came. More XP meant less in the terms of items and backup, but it does bolster some of you in a completely different way.
Hell yeah.
He pulls out a variety of things.
Just a lot of rare candy in the.
Damn.
There's just so much rare candy.
Rope.
So you find just a bit like a container of charcoal. And if someone could write these down, because I'm going to hold on to them until they are revealed, because I don't have the cover card. Don't think about that. A container of charcoal that I think, Peter, you would recognize immediately as drawing charcoals, rather than the kind that you would burn. So not exactly to keep you warm. So maybe, for just marking where you're going. I don't know. But also another bag of actual coal, the type that you would find in mines and in delving deep. A small little bag. It smells relatively nice. This one I sadly do not have the card printed yet, but a nice bag of some herbs. Seems to crunch a little bit with something hard in between, just made of a very soft and worn cloth. Perhaps an old handkerchief stitched with a little initials of whatever is that look for.
Of whatever what?
Stitched with a just a little stone is the name that is embroidered in the corner. And a small bottle of cough drops, of lozenges. That seem to come from an apothecary. One that's not here. But all of them, and this one comes with a little warning on the label, handwritten in very delicate curved script, but somewhat illegible, as indeed does look like someone with some medical training in a pharmacy.
That shorthand gets everywhere.
Go ahead and give me your... It's going to be a level 5 to get everything. A level 3 to get some of it.
Could I help? Because Sorry, what?
I said ask if I could also assist. I could specifically investigate the container charcoal.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I will allow the investigation of the container of charcoal as it is most in your wheelhouse as an artist.
Can I investigate everything else?
Of course. This will provide an asset to you, the
Okay.
investigating of charcoal, so you don't have to roll. It's just an asset.
Okay.
In your...
So that's 5 eased to 4. I'll use effort to ease it to 3.
There we go.
Are you trained in understanding magic?
I am.
Alright, that eases it further. Because when you help when you're trained. So it's a...
To 2.
To 2.
Hell yeah. 13.
Very nice.
We know everything.
You know everything.
I look down briefly from my doll and I say, I know what that is. This is drawing charcoal. And this is a small, nice-smelling bag. And
Yes.
this... No, I'm kidding. I'll just do the whole thing again.
So you also have a 4th item I forgot to mention, which is a little newspaper sachet filled with a variety of interesting things. The sachet I mentioned initially is the one that is missing its card.
Almost absent-mindedly, as these things kind of come to me, Horace reaches into his pocket, looks up at Peter, hesitates, and then turns to Sam and says, This might be most appropriate for you. And he's going to pull out this small taxidermied thinking that maybe it's not best to give it to Peter.
You know, I get that.
So he's going to look at these items, and to everybody, he's going to pull up this little newspaper sash, this little thing. This is the thing that smelled really good, or is this a different thing?
That's the different thing.
Different thing, okay. It's a little newspaper. It's tied up with some cat whiskers. It smells of cardamom. And he is going to say, This might help if we find ourselves lacking in skills that we need. This should probably also go to you. And we'll pass that over.
Skills
Pulls
that
up
we
this
need. That's
lunk
why I
of
brought
coal.
You guys.
He's going to look at it really close with his bulging eye. He's going to lick it. Like you can hear it when he licks it. And he's going to say, and Peter, I can see quite well. I am always watching. How do you see in the dark?
Well, not great, though I can light things up.
Well, I understand you spend time in dark places, so perhaps this will help. And we'll pass you this lump of coal. Oh, our old friend here. He's going to take this kind of writing utensils and looking down at the doll, will sort of whisper to himself, and perhaps I can use this to finish you, small friend. And he'll hold on to this one, keeping himself at his cipher limit.
All right.
Do you want us to roll for them now?
I would love for y'all to roll for them now.
Seven for my chalk.
And if the item level number is missing on there, please let me know. If it gives you the D6 plus.
That's nice. Sister sweaters.
5 blessed darkness.
And I would love for Sam, as a small little cardboard box gets pulled out from the pocket. I only had one of these. But someone named Bobby said that you might be interested in this.
Someone named what?
Bobby? I don't know. He just came running over all jittery and asked me to give this to y'all.
Huh.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Shivers.
Hell
Ooh, 6.
yeah.
My boy Bobby coming through.
All right. This is a blessed bullet. Blessed by the green. You fire this from a pistol or a rifle, just like you would a regular bullet. It inflicts an additional 2 points of damage, or 4 points, if you roll at a level 5 or higher. If you hit with the bullet, you also succeed on an intellect-based attack against the target creature, and their actions are hindered for 1 round.
Nice.
I'm writing this all down. And this one, the come do is automatic. It happens as you use it.
That makes sense for a bullet.
Sometimes
Oh wait,
you can find
is this a cipher or an...
it's an artifact.
Oh.
This does not count towards your limit.
Oh.
But once you use this bullet, it is gone. The satchel provides that you don't have a card for, provides intellect defense. So it reduces intellect damage by 2 points. Smelling this satchel and crushing it will provide that defense for 1 combat.
That's pretty good.
Probably hand that to Frank. Not Frank. Hank.
Hank.
Like
Frank.
Because you said Frank earlier.
from Humblewood?
I am here to mess y'all up. Okay. What do you want me to do?
Keep watch over this gate, and something happened to the lock, so could you find a new one?
I can lock the gate.
We'll lock it on our way out. Just make sure no one from the town follows us.
I might open the bar early for you, if that's all right. Provide, just an extra place to hang out. And cool.
That sounds good. Thanks, Michael.
Of course. And we have 2 different things that just came through the chat.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
We have a banked player intrusion.
Okay.
Great.
So I'm just going to give this to the table. And whoever would like to redeem it in whatever
It's in
way.
the give thanks pile.
It's in the give thanks pile. And thank you, Matt, for my woe.
Boo, Matthew.
I am also going to bank that.
How fucking dare you, Matt?
Hey, everyone gets banks at this table.
Fine.
I guess.
We're just gonna keep that there to remind me. All right. And with that, Michael gets back into his vehicle, tips his hat, and gives you a grim smile and heads off. The 4 of you are standing outside of the annex.
Peter's gonna wheel around, look at the front door. Is it locked?
The front door is wide open.
Perfect. They're expecting us. And he's going to look deeply into the house.
It is
Factory.
a factory. It is large.
Structure. And he will just kind of let his eyes focus on the darkness and kind of disassociate a little bit and use the ability that's once again buried. I have so much room. I bury my stuff still. Got a feeling. So I will be spending my intellect points. I'll use a level of. Can you use? Okay. The thing that reduces the price of it.
The edge.
It's the edge. So if it was 4, it's now 1?
If you have edge
Yes.
3, yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I have that correct in my brain because it feels wrong still.
No, we're tier 3. We can fucking do things.
What that allows me to do is that I can extend my senses up to 1 mile.
Oh,
Or
wow.
1.5 kilometers in any direction. I'm going to focus on the whole of the building in front of me, kind of going like up and down, assuming I know that there's like areas below as well. And that I am basically allowed to ask a very simple yes or no question.
Okay.
And you may answer yes or no, but if the answer is neither, or if it's like there is okay, so if the answer you seek is not in the area, you receive no information.
Okay.
And I'm going to look upon it and ask, is the source of the corruption here?
Oh. And remind me again, the answer. What are the rules around that answer?
Alright, it says, yes, a simple general question, usually yes or no, about that area, such as, are the Hollowmen nearby, or is there ginseng in the area of this woods? If the answer you seek is not in the area, you receive no information.
Okay. And your question specifically is the source of the corruption here.
Yep.
You close your eyes after looking deeply into the destruction and darkness, the charred wooden beams that have collapsed, the stone that's seen better days. And has still on the wind the smell of decay. Corruption is here, but not its source. Not here specifically.
Okay. Peter, after doing that, will kind of straighten up and be like, I don't think the core of the problem is here, but there are still things to be dealt with. And start walking towards the front door.
All right. You all watch as this tiny little man begins to take his very skinny, very bony body over to the front door, wisps of hair caught in the breeze with confidence, as the door that once was is no longer, and is just an entranceway into a husk of a building.
Horace is going to follow almost absent-mindedly, and you can hear in the dark in this hollow space the sound of this as he begins to kind of work almost possessed. In the darkness here, it would be hard to see details, and so hard to really know how it is that he is working on this craft, but certainly any sort of like a perception check, I imagine, would be inhibited.
All right.
You hear a metallic slide as a bullet chambers into place. And Sam will, ready his gun if needed. And he'll say to Horace, Sculptor, I've learned that there are many things I don't understand, but that thing that you carry, is it dangerous to us?
Is the thing that you carry dangerous to us? Of course it is, Sam. But anything worth having is a little bit dangerous.
Sam seems satisfied with that answer.
Watch your fingers now.
And trudges along.
The beams that once held up the ceiling have now since fallen open to the sky. Burnt remains of various work tables, crates, all things of value completely removed, as it has been 5 years. It's an open space. Signs of more rebellious youths having come to the space, broken bottles. Not a whole lot of graffiti, but there are like gouges in the walls, a little bit of buckshot every now and then. Somebody got a hold of something.
I mean, this time with graffiti, are people bringing out like full things of paint? And, like, because there's not aerosolized spray paint.
Where there's a will,
That's true. That's
there's
true.
a way.
I will say there are just some like scratches in the wall
Of course,
that
There's a
look
lot
like
of
some.
X was here.
Yeah.
X plus X heart.
It's mostly detritus that filtered down the
Matt's
way
favorite.
and ended up in a corner. Love you. You filter in, keeping an eye out for any source of corruption, and it's been touched, this area. It's not untouched. No magical pings or signs of monsters lurking throughout the supports and beams.
Coming fresh from a campaign that had a lot of OSHA problems, does the structure look sound? Does it look like the floor is going to give out under us?
From just a cursory glance, nah, man, this is not a sound building. It was destroyed in a massive fire.
So knowing that, I want to try to just make sure that we are not look out for any specific areas that if we walk on the floor is that will collapse or the building will collapse on us. So try to keep an eye on that.
What's the
I
marching
think
order?
Peter's
I think
taking the
Peter's
lead,
taking the lead.
so I'll be just behind Peter, but looking around.
Peter will look at the floor. Is there an object I can pick up and hold? Like a rock.
Yes. Very simple yes. There's rocks, there's bits of broken glass, there's bits of wood and beams, many things.
He'll just kind of go find a good hand-sized rock, hold it, and cast Foxfire on it to help
Okay.
light the inside so we're not in complete darkness.
Wonderful.
And be like, ah.
Similarly to last night, Peter finds some random item, somewhat useful, somewhat not, and causes it to glow.
Behold.
Behold, there's light. Sometimes a woe comes in the form of a sneeze.
Ooh, it happens sometimes.
Sometimes the woe is when the sneeze doesn't come and it just stabs you in the face.
It's the worst.
The woe is what's inside us all along.
Yeah.
Damn.
As you begin to search, I will say, for any perception checks made on this level of the factory, Sam, you'll be making those unhindered but not with assets. And the two of you each have an asset for making perception checks in this area because you would be familiar somewhat with the items that would be present in a place that needs to sculpt dolls. And some of you have been here before.
I think for flavor and also mechanically, I'll take those inhibited still because just staring down at this doll, really focusing on trying to complete it. There is something that is almost like there is a deadline that is approaching.
Fantastic.
Hank is with us still.
Hank is with you.
Okay.
But will not be making rolls. He'll just be following and providing.
We have more like a child leash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peter will turn towards Hank and be like, careful with your stepson. We are... This place is, as you see, seen better days, but you are the stoutest of us. I want to make sure you don't hurt yourself on your way around. He's just gonna kind of start poking around the floor.
Wonderful. I would love for everyone who is looking around to make a level 5 perception check. You could also use tracking for this. Just to look for anything that is out of place. Level 5. It's intellect. And if some of you are focused on other things, that's fine.
I choose to ease this by... I'll ease this by 2. I'll spend some points. So it's a total of... It's...
5 total.
Is it 3-2-3-3-3, or is the other way?
3-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2.
Yep, yep.
Repeating.
All right, boys, Leroy.
Alright, so I eased it by 2, gets eased by 1 more due to the asset, so it's currently level, so it was level 5, now it's level 2. Okay. I state this all aloud because brain and numbies.
Sometimes I
makes
just
sense.
talk to like buy myself time as I think.
It's good too, since we don't play this system too
yeah.
often, so it's very easy to forget the rules.
15.
15.
Great.
18.
Hell yeah.
These are fantastic. And a big old fat doll face for Horace over here.
It's just extra fat. You're like,
It's so round.
they will call it cheapy one day.
No.
Society.
The menace! So something occurs to you, Sam, with your prior role for finding these things, is that the bits that you've been tracking all seem to be headed down. So you are focused on finding something that will take you in that direction. And avoiding the stairs to nowhere from the ruined and non-existent second level now, you begin looking for something that might lead to a cellar. You, of course, are also very familiar with floorboards that aid in drainage to a cellar below. And you begin looking for an entrance. And you start heading towards where it would naturally be, away from a main entrance and probably somewhere towards the back. And you are aided in that with Peter, who has indeed been here before, who notices something a little different in that there was no support beam over against that wall before, and it seems to have fallen over, whether from damage or something pulled it there, you're not sure. But it is blocking a doorway that you know leads to a sub-basement level.
Okay.
And you see Peter headed over in that direction and begin to follow, pulling Hank along and guiding him forward. And Horace is here too with his doll. That's certainly not troublesome.
As we approach the beam that blocks the door, Peter's gonna take a good look at it with rock in hand, and try to look at all of our heights. Is there any space around it at all, or is it just like completely 100% no one sneaking under this thing?
Not under it. Could go over it.
Go over it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So it's not blocking the way.
the door swings outwards,
Oh, okay.
and there's a beam in front of it.
Yeah. Okay. No, wait. Save your strength, young man.
Says the tiny, bony man.
And then Peter's gonna take a couple steps back and look at it. And he's going to once again spend some points, because what are they for? Not to spend.
That is true.
I would like to cast a slicing skein. So basically what Peter will do is that he'll hold his rock in front of him and he'll kind of like look at the door and the beam and pull upon his memories of what it was like when it was open and basically try to force that will to reopen the door. And what slicing skein does is I basically can pull strands of magic to cut through objects. It can deal regular damage to a creature, but if it is a inanimate object, it takes bonus damage. So it's on 2 separate pages because, why would all of my things...
Horace was about to like take the chalk that he's working on his face on and was about to just draw a door, and then it's just like, oh, okay.
Has a memory of a door that was once opened appears. Was there something further that you need?
Basically, the strand is even more effective against immobile, non-living targets, slicing up to 1 foot of any material that is level 3 or lower. The material can be up to 6 inches thick otherwise. So.
For sure.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have you roll a level 3 check around the usage of magic. Only because I want to see how high you can go.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Excellent. So, I am trained in the uses of magic. Can't craft it for shit, but I can use it. Excellent. So that will be level 2. I'm looking to beat.
Level 3 is the minimum.
Level 3 is minimum, even with
It still happens,
okay.
but level 3 is like
It has to be
something
okay.
cool happens.
Okay. Excellent. Beans. Nope.
Cool.
I rolled a 6.
So you watch as the beam just is sliced, but most importantly, the hinges of this door are caught in the slice. And you see the pins from the hinges are left in their little holsters as just almost targeted after the immediate destruction and splintering of old and dry wood. Doesn't leave the doorway clear, but does allow you to pull the door off of its frame now that the hinges are no longer a factor. And you can just get in. And you would have to then pick the door back up and put it in front of you if you were wanting to close the door behind you.
There we go.
There are many ways to open a door. Sometimes you use the handle. Sometimes you just take it off its hinges.
Perhaps a young friend should go first.
So he cracks his knuckles a bit, shakes the microphone,
Hell yeah.
grabs the door by the handle and kind of shoulders it a bit, pops it, and picks it up and moves it aside.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And gestures before going in first.
Okay. I'll wait for Peter.
All right. Can't let them go alone.
I just stare at the door now, like unhinged, just for a second, pondering,
Truly unhinged.
with a worried look on his face, and then he'll follow.
I'll follow slowly, just kind of like trailing behind, working on this craft.
It takes a little bit of more effort for you, Horace, as you're trying to focus on getting the nose just right, as it is one of the first features you come across on a face. Before eventually making your way over the beam, not tripping. And you come to a small back room. Looks like maybe some boxes. There are some dried old bits of paper and leaves piling up in the corners, and a small cellar door. Just the kind that you see in the bottom of the floor that you can pull up, leading to some storage below.
I'm a little bit worried. Starting to... I don't know anything. But whatever is down here, it was trapped by that door with the jam on the other side. So I'm thinking it's sending out its, for lack of a better word, pieces through the sewers to hunt. So whatever it is that we find there, we need to finish it because it's no longer bound here by that entrance.
I have a feeling things such as this don't care too much for such mundane obstructions. Though there's definitely something about this place that, if it doesn't bind it here, calls it here. Listen, this factory was once very familiar territory, but we don't know what has happened to it since the last time any of us were here. Up until now, it's been relatively familiar, but I imagine as we get closer to wherever this thing is, it may have changed more. Please keep yourselves alert, Taurus. There are other things besides dolls. And he'll reach down and he'll be like, "We ready?"
Mm-hmm.
You can see Horace still working on this doll, but just absently kind of nods his head.
I'll light that thing up next time. And then just attempts to yank on the door.
A heavy door.
Oh, my back.
As this tiny old man attempts to pull on a hefty wooden door, he is provided assistance
Perhaps.
by those younger and beefier. As it is flung open, you look down into the dark of the lower level as a small ladder leads down. You see a wooden floor below as you hold a glowing rock down into the darkness.
All right. Only one thing to do. He just drops the rock and sees how far it goes.
About 10 feet. Yes, that glowing rock.
That looks so cool.
Just realized I had the perfect dice for it.
All right.
I'll follow.
Had to make sure it was going.
Sometimes there's a little bit of a quiet lead up in Monument, especially.
You all head down the ladder?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I think Peter would go right after he drops his rock. He'll kind of like shuffle his like take whatever loose clothing he has around his hands and kind of roll it back a little bit, and very carefully, probably a little slower than anyone would like, head down the ladder.
All right. Right off the bat, without any perception check needed, this room is in pretty good condition. It seemed to have escaped a lot of the flames. It seems to be relatively insulated as well. The cold of the night is still very present. It's a little damp, as many basements are, especially when they have wooden walls underneath, layers of stone. And Horace and Peter, you never really knew where old, rough drafts of new products went. But now you do. Piles of limbs and unused spools of hair that was used to add to dolls, some moldy, decaying stuffing piles, and a little bit further on in this 30-foot by 60-foot basement, larger figures. Horace, you've never really experimented with any sized doll. You kept them smaller and more easier to, cuddle or to carry with you or to place upon shelves. Some of these are larger, like Peter-sized. Peter's the shorter of the group.
Yeah.
Horace is roughly Peter's height only because of
the
slouch that comes from working at a table. Nothing is Hank-sized. That might be because some of them are missing heads.
How far away are these larger figures?
They're about halfway down the room. They're not really moving, so, that bodes well. You've seen a doll move earlier today. You might throw a couple uneasy glances towards Horace in case he decides to make friends again.
I'm going to turn to Sam, and I'm going to say, I have something for you to look after. It's very important. And I'm going to give you this doll with a disturbingly realistic face that is beginning to look an awful lot like Hugh, the bartender who was killed. And not that you know this, but in Horace's mind, he is making this to try to make Hank feel better. Somehow this in his mind will be a good thing. And so, it looks very realistic. And he's going to turn and looking at these sort of creatures, he is going to take one of the little awls that he keeps in his pocket and just prick the tip of his finger and slowly approach them, casting Blood Ward. And the blood that runs from his finger sort of almost impossibly just shoots down his arm like there is pressure behind it and then clings to his skin. And anything that gets close to him that is a hostile creature will be taking some damage. And he is just going to walk slowly towards these things.
Okay. You can go ahead and give that away. And I will say it does hold the same bonus for you, Sam, where it does give you a 19 as a critical.
I intend to come back for that.
But this doll isn't meant for you.
You said it wasn't?
It's not meant for you. When you roll a 19, you will also need to roll this doll's come due. It is a d6. When you roll a 1, something will happen.
Just in case.
I hate that I have this.
I love that you have this. And I love it even more as Horace, your blood seems to move and flow faster than it should as it crawls up your arm and flows in a pattern that circles around you and up under your sleeve. And you move past these almost mannequins. And as you move forward, you take note of the door to your left. And as you get further in, you did say that you can see fairly well in the dark. You can see another door further off. I would love for everyone to roll a level 6 perception check. This is around noticing hidden things.
And I will still take this at a inhibited because I'm just thinking about finishing that doll.
Wonderful.
So this is 7 for me.
Why can't you
It's
think about that
intellect?
while holding the doll?
I don't want the doll to get hurt. Intellect, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ease it back to 6. Here we go for that. Lucky number 2. Thank you.
I am going to ease it to 5.
Nope.
And I'm going to see if there's anything else I can do about that.
I meant to ask, when can we use these for advancement?
Whenever you like.
Okay. Can I say I've done that earlier?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Lovely you.
Does effort 4, would that help me for anything? No, right?
That's how much you can apply.
Yes.
So you can apply 4 levels of effort to ease a task.
Oh, gotcha.
4 levels of effort is 9 pool points minus edge.
Wow.
You said it was originally a 6, and now it's a 5.
Mm-hmm. So you need a 15 or higher.
14.
Damn.
I was so close.
I'm so sorry.
I was so close. God.
Anything from Sam?
Yeah, I needed an 18 and I rolled an 18.
Look at that.
You rolled an 18.
Look
Sam
at that.
is
Threading the
alert.
needle.
Something
Disgusting.
spooky is happening here, and Sam is
Fluky
ready.
shit is happening. There's a third door. You look to the right of the room, and something doesn't quite line up with the panels. There are many ways to open a door. And that one looks like it might just push inwards and be set aside. There are 3 other entrances, not including the one that you all came down through. One to the left, immediately. One all the way at the other end. And one about 30 feet down. That only Sam sees.
Wait a minute. Hold.
Hmm?
There's another door in this room. And he walks over to the wall and I think there's another door here.
Give me a level 5 intellect defense, please. As you walk close to this door.
You have a thingy that helps with intellect defense
Do
in your
I?
pockets right now?
No, I don't think I do.
The good smelling sachet, I believe that went to Hank.
Yeah. This is a intellect defense.
Intellect defense.
No.
No.
Failure. 5, you said?
How much of his brain runs out of his ear?
It's a level 5.
Nope.
You hear a sound of sighs. Not like wind through the trees, but like frustrated voices and attempts at words as stuttered whispers reach your ears, and the beginning of something intelligible that seems to break and stutter. And it sets your mind on edge, and you find yourself dazed for the next 2 rolls you will be making. Dazed provides a hindrance on your tasks. For 2 rolls, please.
Okay.
We need a little hat to put on you.
Hold on, wait. Where's the embezzlement?
Wish to be embezzled.
We need human-sized status trackers.
The rest of you do see Sam kind of head towards this door, and he puts a hand on it as if to open it, and seems to take a step back. And as Horace, are you still headed forward towards these mannequins?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They are just constructions of what seem to be that celluloid material, that plastic monstrosity that was supposed to replace the artistry of porcelain and bisque and cloth. And as you get closer, the immediate figures, benign. Amongst them, though, some of them seem to almost melt a little bit. And you hear the squeaking pop of heat applied to chemical. And as you walk through, that almost pained sound continues. And as you approach, you see a shorter one, because it's just the upper half, just the torso with some limbs and a half-finished face painted onto a simple round head, sitting in front of the doorway at the other end of the room. And as you approach it, it appears to almost shrink down into itself and put up its hands.
Okay. I'll stop. I'll turn around. Is anybody else looking at this?
Is anyone else watching Horace or keeping track of him at all?
So I think
Who are we watching? Sam
after
or
coming
Horace?
down, Peter would go pick up his rock and then turn. He'd probably start watching Horace go down and then get distracted by Sam walking off to the other direction and going, and be like, what's happening?
And I also did announce there's another door.
And who are you going after?
So I guess I'll turn around. Now I'm dazed, but I'm turning around, I'll just look at what they're doing. And it looks like you're just heading off towards the other door.
Horace is moving around like some of the standing mannequins and bigger crates towards the door at the end of the way.
Okay, so
Which is closer?
Sam.
Okay, then Peter would start heading towards Sam since he's the closest, and just kind of being like, what? Words.
He puts his hand to his head and looks like he's dizzy. Something doesn't want us here. Careful as you approach the hidden door. Where's Horace?
Horace, not being careful, as he bends down and slowly, like you would approach a wounded animal, he's going to approach this creature. And in his mind, he doesn't trust it. But the motions that it's making are so defenseless that he is cautiously going to approach it. And he will say, there, I see you. And we mean no harm.
With that, you hear a screech in your head. Not loud, not painful. You get the feeling that's almost like a defeated screech. One that feels as if doom has been seen and the end is nigh. And while this one doesn't sound, loud and painful, there is something deeply troubling about it to you. It's afraid.
What is it that you're afraid of?
Go ahead and give me a level 3 intellect defense.
Okay. Can I apply effort to that?
I believe, yes.
Okay. So
While this is happening, I'm assuming that we're just witnessing this.
You
I
can,
just want to
you
use
can
an
see
ability
it. There's,
called Learn the Path on
What
this
does that do?
object. It just means I study the doll for a round, so while this is happening, and the next time I would interact with it, I would be eased.
all right.
So,
nice.
for the future.
Okay, so I'm going to ease this to 2. And I'm still going to fail.
No.
With a 3. Can I re-roll this with one of these things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. For sure. Surely can't
No
fail
way you
twice.
fail
There we
again,
go.
right?
16.
All right. There we go. You don't ask questions. So for you to ask, something is very different. And as that screech resolves into intelligible language in your head, this creature has no mouth. And the screech sounds more like a whimper as it says, we are scared of you and the thing below. Let us go.
I'm sorry, but there is nowhere in this world for things like you. And I will step forward so that this is the first creature that crosses my blood curse range.
All right.
They take 5 damage and are stunned.
Wonderful.
While we enact combat, can I trade these in for advancement, please?
Of
Before we
course.
get into
Before we
combat.
get into
advance
combat.
into combat.
Yeah,
course.
I would like to rally.
Very unexpected. Wonderful for all of you, especially for me.
Yeah.
I would love for everyone to roll initiative.
Yep.
To roll initiative, as always, you will want to roll above a level 3 to go first.
This will take one of my day's rolls, right?
It will be hindered, yes.
All right. A 3?
3.
Okay.
I'm going first. I'm a speedy man.
You certainly are. And I mean, I gave you something to be speedy too. 15.
Wonderful.
I pass as well.
Pass. Everyone is going first. And as you see Horace move forward, and Horace, how are you responding? Are you responding verbally?
Yes, out loud.
Wonderful.
The screech thing, did we all hear that? Or was that only...
You heard
Bars.
like what sounded like that popping and burning sound of plastic. The words, that was just Horace.
Okay.
Almost like when something made out of plastic like fills with hot air that escapes really quick. That's kind of what I'm picturing.
Okay.
All right.
I hate this.
So as always, Cypher Combat.
Yep.
With Cypher Combat, y'all can go in whatever order you choose, and then the enemy acts at their tier, which in this case is a level 3.
Okay.
So...
So Anyone can go first.
Did it look like Horus attacked this doll?
You watched as Horus was bending over, and I will say at 30 feet away, and with many obstacles in the way, you saw Horus talking to something. And you heard Horus say, "There's no place in this world for things like you." And then
That's
you
good enough for me.
hear that hissing and sighing and popping sound of plastic as Horus's blood curse causes more of this thing to warp out of shape. And you do smell burning plastic.
Okay. You hear a crack of lightning as Sam levels his rifle and shoots the doll.
Hell yeah.
So it is a level 3 hindered to level 4, and I will say this thing also has partial cover.
It's also stunned.
It is also stunned, so partial cover is neutralized, so it is just a level 4.
It's a level 4 from being the hinder from the daze.
The hinder from the daze, yes. Otherwise, it's a level 3.
Alright. And then I am trained, so it's a 3. I'll use 1 level of effort to make it a 2. Oh my god.
Spend this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Spend
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes,
Spend
sir.
this.
Don't
Do it, Vincent.
do not shoot Horus.
It's not
Vincent,
a natural.
I'm spending this to make Vincent reroll.
Okay.
I'm inflicting a reroll on Vincent.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
That's still a miss. You need a 6.
4. 3, 2. Yeah, you're right. 14.
Very good. Much better.
Not in the face.
And what are you using your blessed bullet? Is that chambered
No,
or
I'm
is
not.
this just regular?
I'm not, because I don't think this is the main thing that we're hunting.
What?
What?
So I am just gonna shoot it, and I'll expend another thing of effort just to do some more damage.
Hell
just
yeah.
to end this, try to end this a little bit quicker.
Preemptive ending.
13 damage.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So much.
This thing's taking 18 damage before it can do anything.
Hitting something of this like size while it has got cover, and you are like reeling from the like mild headache in your just like bouncing around within your
Thanks, Olive.
neurons. You fire, and it's a wonder you don't hit anything else in this space. Something must have guided your shot.
It was Horus guiding this Vincent.
As Horus steps past this partially formed doll, and not a moment later, it bursts from a shot from a particularly well-aimed rifle blast.
Can we have that XP back? Because I realized I used learn the path, so my action would have been E.
Yes,
Oh, no.
1.
I prepared for the future.
That's right.
Prepared.
You beats it with
So
the fucking
with the 3, I would have made it.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Good call. Good
Use your
call.
abilities, folks.
All right. But as that happens, you say this was 5 points every time something passes your blood
Just the
curse?
first one.
Just the first one?
Yeah.
All right. Something else moves amongst the other dolls as they begin to turn. Not all of them. Just 2 more. 2 more.
The heads just go like that.
They begin to turn towards Horus.
Oh, joy. So can I see the 2 dolls that are now activated, for
Yes.
lack of a better term? Okay. I wish to look upon them. How far are they from me?
I would say they're about 20 feet, which is a short distance, so not immediate.
Okay.
Alana's gonna Cyclops vision them. Look upon them.
And despair.
So I do need to be within an immediate range. Let me just double check for the other half of this. Ooh, okay, I see how this works. Okay, so I can choose to either do a slicing strand, which is a short range, or a slicing scheme, which is multiple targets, but within an immediate range. So, I choose to do a slicing strand, as I'm a short distance away. So a single foe within short range. I'll choose the one that is currently closest to Horus.
All right.
And it is so I would need to spend an intellect point, which I do not need to due to the level of edge I currently have. It just says it inflicts 4 points of damage. So I'm assuming it is just like standard magic.
You watch as your slice that was able to remove a door from its hinges also slices into this celluloid plastic being. And that screech sounds once more from, this time, not just the sound of plastic burning, but the squeal of plastic being separated from itself as it shears off the side of the body, and you see a limb and fall to clatter to the floor. 4 points of damage are done.
I will then basically look around. I know this is not this turn because it's only one action per turn, but to mentally prepare for my next turn, I would like to look around to see if there's evidence of small creatures here.
Certainly.
Okay, excellent.
As I see all of this happen, there's 2 of these almost mannequin-like creatures that are rising up, beginning to move, correct?
They were already standing.
Okay.
So they are just kind of like turning slowly
Gotcha.
towards you, and one now is missing an arm.
Are they near each other?
I would say they're within immediate distance of each other.
Excellent. I'm going to take this small concoction of tree sap, moss, and mothwing dust, little bits of dried fungi out this ball that I had crafted just hours before. I'm going to look. You're
I am not within immediate range.
easy.
At least a short.
Great.
I had a feeling me standing next to them was a bad idea.
I take this witch ball, I look at these creatures, and I just wing it towards them, and I'm going to invoke a D100 roll from you here.
Don't die, Cara. I know, this is shocking.
And this will go for 6 rounds.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's 6 on here, but since I'm a Cypher Tinker, it's level 7 technically, so it should be
7 rounds.
Yeah.
So I have to roll a D100 every 7 rounds.
No, it's a D100, I believe, right at the start.
Okay.
And it's not on the card. I think it's on the...
yes. I know what this is.
You have that, I believe.
I do have it.
There you are.
Thank you.
The great thing about this is it works on things that are not living also.
That's important.
Yeah. You all right?
I am dying.
Please don't die.
We're all dying.
I'm going to die from this gummy candy now.
Slowly, 1 second at a time.
It is indeed the gummy candy that was going to kill me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is weird looking.
All right. So this is actually, if you wouldn't mind rolling that D100, so this determines the
Sure.
effect.
I do have a D100. Here we go.
Do you have the dice? I have 2
I got that.
percentiles.
That is a what? 20,
A 20?
right? Is that what this is? Is this a
No, this is a
2? 2.
Oh, a 0.
That's not what I want. I don't think.
All right.
We don't know what the scale is.
Maybe it's low is good. Maybe it's like Divine Intervention.
So you watch as this ball erupts in a cloud of dust and spores. And you are all out of initiative as these things just sort of fall down a little bit and return to their place. As the creatures inhale the spores and dust and permanently lose all memory of the last minute. I just gave you Gift of Gab. Damn.
I'm gonna just walk through the door, the thing that the mannequin was guarding, and I'm gonna say quickly.
Peter's gonna turn and look behind him at the secret door. Is there anything like visually unusual about that door? Or is it just kind of like a regular old door that didn't seem to exist before? I love asking thought-provoking questions.
These are good.
You give me a perception check, level 5.
Can I help?
I'm gonna use it. I will spend.
How are you helping?
By 2.
If she's looking at it, I'll just like point out the outline of the door to what I saw in terms of detecting it.
This is not to see things.
Okay.
This is for hearing.
Ah.
I use it by 2. And then roll. I am deaf.
Indeed, you are old.
I am old. Ears don't
And-
work well anymore.
Do you want to use this? This feels important.
I feel like it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll use it. We'll try again.
You listen closer and still. The ringing in your ears from the burst of a spore ball and the slight screech of pain and confusion that followed mean you miss whatever there was to potentially be heard behind that hidden door.
Then I'll just hustle towards the non-hidden door.
And as I stand in the doorway, I'll motion for Sam to give me the doll back.
Oh, thank goodness. I hand you back the doll.
All right.
Are we sure we want to ignore the hidden door? I say to Horace.
I'll look around. What have we come into? I guess that really depends.
You look back all 60 feet of this room, and your focus was a little bit elsewhere for a while, and now that the doll is back in your hands, I would love for you to make that perception roll as well, and I would love for yours to be eased to a level 4.
Okay. And I will ease it with effort to a level 3. And I also will roll a 4.
Damn.
But I will go ahead. I will spend an XP for the table.
Sages, please!
I need to start playing younger
17.
characters.
Why'd I bring you guys?
17.
Hey, it just gives me a narrative excuse for why you heard nothing.
17.
But Horace, with this doll in your hand, you feel uniquely keyed in to hear this sound of nothingness, of rightness. That thing by the door. Indeed, there was no place in the world for creatures like that. So it is good that they are in plastic. It's probably best that whatever is behind that door remains so. And then you look back down at the doll, and you wonder where those thoughts came from. Those weren't yours.
I turn this doll around and I look. How close is everybody to me at this moment?
Sam got closer. I would say Sam's in immediate contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter is slowly making his way forward, and Hank is focused elsewhere.
Unless you want me to football toss
Oh
the doll
no,
across
it's
the
okay.
room.
I'm gonna really hold it up and now stare intently at it. Is there something that I can tell about this thing? Is there a connection to it? Is there just something more to this doll now that I'm paying attention to it?
You molded this doll after Hugh. And you already made a doll for Hugh. And as you look at the features, that's not Hugh's nose. Those aren't Hugh's eyes. These are a different color entirely. Also, you didn't paint those eyes. Give me a little roll. Level 7. Around the understanding of magic.
7.
You are deeply incurious, my friend, and this is the greater nature of things.
I have trained myself out of the inability, so
You
just
have.
flat.
You've
Level
learned to ask
7. I will
questions.
ease it with effort for free to 6, and then I pay 2 for the next ones, right?
Or, Horace, maybe I reward that. And you could take some XP. And you can learn a little bit more about the things that lie beneath.
Standing in this factory, Horace has never sought answers for the strange things that have happened in his life. But for the very first time in years, there is something within arm's reach that could bring answers to a night that has changed everything for him forever. And so, yes, I will accept that experience. For the first time ever, Horace is curious.
Horace, you think back to all the dolls you've made in your lifetime. Pretty ones and sad ones and cute ones and scratchy ones. Dolls made of straw with red string around their necks, made in the presence of their new owners. Dolls of cherubic skin and rosy cheeks, infused with vitality for children who would never know a day of hardship or harm. And you look into the face of Hank Reynolds in this doll. A doll you did not paint, but has been formed by your hands, but not your will. Dolls, theoretically, according to some who believe in such nonsense, contain souls. Not of their own, but they trap them. What are these large mannequins of things bound in celluloid and plastic? But dolls gone awry, dolls unfinished, in various states of disrepair and dysfunction. Dolls unfinished, and a large number of people died in that fire. Was that fire intentional, or did multiple souls become bound in plastic that night? And when you just destroyed a creature bound in plastic, who did you hurt? Was it a thing of the dark and the deep that should not exist in this world, or did you break the only thing tethering that person to this place? This doll belongs to Hank, but not in a way that he would want. You can protect him from this doll by holding on to it yourself. But it will hurt you too. Every doll you have made has had some form of benefit at some sort of cost. Sometimes the cost is greater. Binds them to service in exchange for unnatural power and long life, or allows someone to slip inside unnoticed and delighted to cause havoc and damage against those who would stand against it. And you think back to the doll that Myrtle received.
I'm going to look at Hank. And they've gone through a lot in the last 24 hours. And so I think Horace, for the time being, even understanding that, is going to hang on to the doll. But in his mind, there is no doubt about the actions that he has taken. It isn't about tying people to a place like this. If he were bound to a factory in a husk of a mockery of what a doll should be, it's mercy to free them from this place.
Did you free them? Or did you shatter them?
In Horace's mind, he freed them.
That's a free thing to think.
Mm-hmm.
As this doll begins to take the shape of its intended recipient. Using this stall in combat, you can spend 2 points from your intellect pool to gain 2 points into your might.
Okay. I hold this doll just a little bit closer.
What are you all doing as this door is standing in front of you?
I'm just staring at Horace because I asked him a question. I'm just like, can you hear me?
And as you ask that, because I just realized it's 1:52, and a fantastic place to take a little break as we think about which way we want to go. We're going to just step away for a moment so I can have some snacks.
Yeah.
There's delicious snacks on this table. And so y'all can take a breather. We'll be back in 10. See you soon. Thank you. As you have come back to this session of Iron and Thorn, we have just learned some things, and as I was testing out this song for no reason in particular, we're going to turn that off, because we're just hanging out.
Oh no.
We're just in a room,
We're in danger.
in a basement,
In danger.
both in real life and in their story. Alanna's out there doing the Lord's work, grabbing me a cup of tea, because it's not just for players that we're here. It's for all of us. We're all having fun. And sometimes we all talk and we say weird voices.
I'm late, though. Come back, please.
Again, we were just talking about how you were doing the most necessary of all works, of not looking at my screen
No, I'm staring directly at this code.
and getting me tea.
You can make a rabbit with these.
You can make a rabbit.
Because there's the butt and the head. For the Albanese.
Okay. Now the butts make more sense
Yeah.
instead of it just being like, just butts.
No, they sell you bisected rabbits.
Employees of the Twin Dove Toy Company. And Sam. You are in this basement. Again, one that is relatively well kept for being a burnt out factory building. And you are trying to decide which door leads to the, not necessarily answers, because maybe you don't want those, but leads to a solution.
Did she say it like that?
So we always make the best decisions at Iron and Thorns games. Haven't you realized this?
Sometimes you make friends and you save a town. Other times you explode the side of a mountain.
Sometimes you just run blindly and luckily through caves.
Indeed. So in this instance, you have 4 doors. You have a hidden door, which leads to some headaches and maybe something further. A door that 2 of you are standing in front of now at the end of a 60-foot storage room. A door that was immediately to the left of your entrance, all the way back at the other end. And, of course, you could always just leave.
There is something through this door. And I'm going to point to the hidden door that Sam pointed out. That is dark. We should put an end to it. And is just going to walk through.
All right, you head over to this hidden door. It's been pointed out to you. You saw Sam touch the wall. And in what manner is Horace opening this door? Are you invigorated and just breaking it down, or are you cautious?
He's going to walk over and just try to open it normally.
There's no handle. It's hidden, after all. The outline, vaguely visible now that's been pointed out to you. You get the sense you can kind of push it in a little bit, and then it can be set aside.
I take this piece of chalk and I simply draw an outline around the door and a little doorknob onto the slab. And I bend down over the doorknob and go, and hopefully a brass doorknob appears beneath this dust.
Highly polished and with a wonderfully crafted touch plate that could truly only come from the imagination of the artistic. A door appears a little bit easier to open and shut than before.
Aren't you glad you saved that? Truly needed.
I feel like we've over-engineered this door now.
In true TTRPG fashion.
Yeah.
And now Horace will simply open the door.
Just open the door. If y'all could clear the table, which is full currently of snacks and 2 helpful town maps. Too bad we're not in town right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to bring this elsewhere.
The size of the map is accidental. In that I just chose the biggest piece
Okay.
because it was wood.
Jesus Christ.
And I didn't want to build it on our very lovely mahogany setup, even though that would have probably been the best one.
I'm fine. Oh,
About to have you all choose names.
cool.
So we're just gonna grab some characters for you all.
Okay, excellent. I was going to say, just grab like them. Does anybody want to be the weird imp fellow?
I mean, I'm down. It's kind of similar to my character. Somebody could be my
Would you
doll.
like to be the weird imp fellow? All right.
Sure.
For the other two, I just grabbed your campaign 3 characters.
Fair. Oh man.
I could also be Le Champ.
You could be La Chambre.
Lachon is a little too big.
For those of you who have seen me holding the small doll in my hand,
Coming in?
this is
A little bit further.
this is the doll.
Yeah, that one. That's the door.
Thank you, Matthew, for the loaner that you loaned by leaving it.
The accidental loner.
Yeah,
I love those little things so much.
he'll watch us from the corner.
I heard what they're
He will judge us from the corner.
So you enter this space, this hidden chamber, now visible to you, but not me because there's gummies in the way. Albanese gummies, truly the best gummies.
They are really.
not a sponsor, but
But could be.
Let us know,
I'll
Albanese.
eat all of them.
Let us know, Mr. Albanese.
Women owned.
Mrs. Albanese.
All right. So you all see beyond this door as Horace enters. Truly quiet, as it seems whatever was in here has hidden from view. You see, backlit now, Horace, as the light is held aloft in Peter's hand. Glints and reflections of light off of pits of what seem to be a tar-like, almost dark, purplish, bluish, grayish substance. And strangely, a large amount of roots and branches and natural detritus. I would love again, it's a level 5 around the understanding of magic, and I would say it is eased for you.
Oh.
At least buy one more for myself to 4.
Oh.
14.
All right.
I get ease ones to do to my trade nature, understanding. And then I'll spend one to use it again, so it's 3. 18.
Very nice.
Did not succeed.
All right. Sam, something about this kind of like tings against the back of your mind as you think about this space, but nothing in particular stands out except for the fact that Horace, as you walk forward, please give me an intellect defense roll. Level 5.
That is going to be a 15.
All right. Very nice. You do not become paralyzed as you feel this magic strike out at you as you cross some sort of barrier. Some ward has been in place in this space that you have now tripped. And it senses not your intent, but maybe your allegiance of those you serve as it attempts to restrain you, but you do overcome it. And with your understanding of magic roll, you do note in the corners of this room, revealed over the years, and now less strength, not as strong as they probably once were, jars filled with nails and some sort of liquid and bits of leaves and what seems to be now turning to be a murky, bloody, muddy color.
How close is it, or where is it?
They're at the corners of each room. This room, similarly, is a 30 by 60 room.
Okay.
So what's in the corners?
Jars.
So there's one just directly down to the right of me.
Either side, yes.
I will use draw item to pull it to my hand.
Now tripped and used, you see whatever magic was once in this item, now gone, and whatever protection had in this place, now broken.
Only sort of gone. For in the back of my mind, I'm remembering the way that felt, and I'm holding on to a magic surge so that I could re-trigger this, should I need to.
Wonderful. Turned now to different protections. You all see this seemingly empty space. And are the two of you entering now?
I would step further inside.
You see Horace continue on, and the pits begin to bubble. Yes.
The pits?
Yes. These puddles
Chris.
of substance.
Okay. Let's see. I don't have a good feeling about this room, so I am going to load up the blessed green bullet into the rifle. And I'm just gonna use learn the path on the location here.
Okay. So what does it do for location?
Learning the path, I can observe or study a creature, object, or location for at least one round. And then the next time I interact with it,
It's east.
a related task such as persuading, attacking, or defending, it's eased.
All right.
It's basically just
Making a home base.
Yeah. So, yeah. And after I take that round to inspect, I will follow the rest and enter.
As you pass into this room, Peter, you do take note of these jars as well. And you know that they are wards of protection that have now been broken. Whatever was protecting this space by Horace entering, that protection is gone. And I would say, what did you get on your roll? Was that an 18?
18.
I'd say with that little bit of extra. And because your experience with magic has been on the greener side of things, that protection was from the green. And
Okay,
Horace
so-
was the one that triggered them. I would love for everyone to roll initiative as you now fully enter this hidden room and realize you are not alone.
Fight.
What was difficulty 3?
It was a difficulty 5 now.
19.
19.
I'm a
Lovely.
speedy boy.
Damn it.
This old man bones.
Is initiative a might, speed, or intellect base? Can you spend effort on
I would
it?
assume speed.
I'm trained in initiative, but I'm just wondering if I could also spend
I
effort.
think it's speed.
I believe it is speed. It is
Like-
not on my sheet.
It's
like-
intellect for knowing how to go fast. It's might for having the strength of heart to go quickly.
Oh, go Team Planet.
I'll confirm, but I
We'll allow
tentative
it.
success.
Tentative success. And Horace, were you
13.
13? So Horace goes at the end with our tar pits going in the middle. So first to act is Peter and Sam. The tar pits are out as you see them.
At least they had begun to bubble.
They've begun to bubble.
Okay, but nothing has emerged from them.
Not
or
yet.
Such things. Okay, so I think he returned to Sam and say those jars were protecting them. No, protecting us from them, not the other way around. Or, tar bad. And then, I think I should do. There's nothing I can really do to. I will attempt to summon a swarm. So I can influence. I can influence swarm and control swarm. I guess my question for you, Story Master, is is there a swarm in the area to influence in such a way?
You never got to make that check, did you?
No. So
Go ahead and
if I will gladly spend
roll
got
a
a feeling.
flat luck check, and that will determine stuff. Just roll out a d20. See what
Roll
you get.
d20 to happen.
Nothing bad will happen if you get a 1.
Right.
Aside from there just is no swarm.
A 7.
7.
No. A single.
All right.
And then.
Now roll a d6 for me.
Oh, okay. I'll throw this one because my other one is over yonder. 5.
All right. You look, and while you don't see any helpful little friends, the green is present in this area. You put your hope in your small friends, and with a sense of confidence that you get from a lived experience. 3 rounds, something is coming that will help you.
Okay. Worthwhile. I'd also like to remind everyone that if you need to make a recovery roll, if you're within a short distance from me, you will get a +1 to that roll.
Okay, good to know.
Can I go next?
It is you?
Yeah, it's us. So.
That's us. Oh, awesome. So in response to that, you said whatever was here was protecting us from them. And I will, in response to that, quick, can you reactivate the ward so it doesn't get away? I'd say to Horace. Now that we're in here. And then I will... Is there a dodge action? Or a ready action?
Oh.
Because there's nothing for me to obviously shoot. And I'm expecting there to be. So I could ready my shot to shoot.
You can wait, so you can declare a trigger. So you're waiting to shoot your shot?
Yeah.
So you currently have the special bullet racked?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have the blessed green bullet racked, and I will just wait to see. And are we all kind of clumped together right now?
Place yourselves as you would have been.
No, I would not have gone too much further in.
Moving in immediate range is free as during each round. That is moving up to 10 feet.
Okay.
Short is 10 to 50.
I'll move over here and just wait. What does wait do? Do I have to do a trigger?
If you would,
or can I just hold
tell
my...
me what you would like to do once and name the trigger. So what would you like to do, and what triggers that action?
If anything attacks... You know what? If I just see anything that looks really fluky show up, like scary and fluky, I would just shoot it.
Okay. I love that.
I hate that.
On its turn,
I hate that.
That's
It
not
looks
friendship.
So cool.
That's not friendship, no.
I wish to see it a little bit better.
That's very cool.
I want to take a peek.
you watch as Hank shrinks back from what extends out from this tar pit. A conglomeration of celluloid plastic limbs that merge and separate, and the grayish tint of its skin melds into the darkness, along with its reflective glass gray eyes, with no finish to them. There's no iris, no pupil, just polished glass eye that catches the light and seems almost like little glasses that someone might wear. And you see Hank will not be available for this fight, as he seems to be encountering something he has seen before.
So is Hank kind of just like paralyzed or cowering? Okay, alright. But this thing's not Hank. Okay.
That is not Hank. Hank has seen it and is upset by it. And both because Hannah's not here and because Hank has seen it,
Very
Hank
good.
will not be used.
I'm upset by it too.
All right, and as
Excellent.
Free action.
as it expands out from this tar, you see the molten, now, connections being made. The molten plastic falling in rivulets off of this thing, and extends out and snaps and breaks and reforms. I need a level 5 speed defense from Horace.
No.
Oh, no.
Let's just believe in ourselves. 15 and up. Nope, 9.
No, no.
All right, as Horace, you take 5 points of damage as you are splattered.
It's might first, right?
Yeah.
It is might first with hot, burning plastic. And you also will be receiving 2 damage per round if you don't do anything about it.
Ah.
Speaking of which, Horace, it's your turn.
Does a gunshot go off?
Ah, yes. I would love for you to roll that,
Hell
please. Level
yeah.
5.
Level 5? Alright. I'm gonna spend a level of effort to ease it, and I'm trained in it, so it's a level 3. 15! That's a hit!
Nice.
I would love to use my intrusion at this moment. I've got a whoa.
Oh no!
You raise your rifle, trained to shoot things of the other, and you feel a click as your rifle jams.
I would like to spend 1 experience. It was a player intrusion thing, right?
This is a whoa. You
GM.
can refuse.
Can I use this to refuse that and just have it go off a second late?
Of course.
Excellent.
And as that click happens, you hear the whimpering cries of Horace being burned by this plastic, and kind of shake yourself a little bit. The trusty old little bat to the side of the
Custom
gun.
maintenance. Just whoosh.
And you hear something fall back into place. Ah, there it is. One more time. And your shot goes off. And it does indeed deal damage. How much total damage is that? Because you've got your little bullet in there.
Alright. Let's do a level of effort to increase the damage.
Okay.
And that will be 8, 12, 15. Let me do the math again. 15 damage, and the actions are hindered for 1 round.
Very nice.
And the blessed green bullet has come due.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You fire, and you are ready to defend and protect. And with all the blessing of the green, you shoot at this thing that should not be. This, not abomination, but this blight upon all that should be in this world. And you watch as one of the faces concaves and seems to almost burst in a swell of cold plastic shard that gets absorbed into the pool below. And as it begins to reform, it is hindered for the next round. That brings us to Horace.
Is this creature now, like, downed?
Define down.
So, like, when I'm looking at this thing, does this still seem active? Or, like, if I continue to do damage, will that do something, do I think? Or...
It's still up.
Okay. So, knowing that I have covered in burning plastic, the most logical thing to do is to do something about that.
For sure.
But looking at this amalgamation of mismatched, sort of large, prototypical doll-like beings, Horace is overcome with the need to separate these from this plane of existence. And so I'm going to use 2 different abilities for experience, if that's okay.
Of course.
First, I would like to use the nearby presence, sensing a magical entity close, to offer a hand. Horace is going to reach out into the darkness of this place, and he is going to say, "Any attachment to an existence like this is no existence at all. Help me end you." And then I will spend a second experience to use Magic Surge, and I will try to surge magic into this jar that I am holding,
Okay.
which causes an expended item to do something useful. And I'm hoping to, like, turn whatever ward this is towards this creature.
All right.
Ooh, I love that.
And I'll also take 2 points of damage as I continue to burn. I have 1 point of might left.
You're fine.
Horace, roll a flat d20 for me. Just tell me what you get.
13.
Oh,
That's a 15.
15.
oh better.
Horace, you've called out, asking for assistance. What sort of assistance are you looking for?
I am looking for whatever parts of humanity or vestiges of consciousness are trapped within this place to take form of these sort of individual components and try to tear this thing apart a little bit more, kind of causing internal damage.
Dope.
You call out for aid. And as you do, the jar in your hand begins to shake, and the nails inside start to glow. The heat causes the liquid to bubble, and you smell what smells like burning metal and hair and a little bit of some soot and rock as the other jars react. And you begin to sense that the other pool to your left starts to spread, and that celluloid begins to creep and begins to move forward towards the other pool. If you could have that pool move towards the creature by about 15 feet. Thank you. And as it moves, you see the celluloid being begins to constrict and its limbs grow smaller and tighter, and you hear cracking as the force of being crushed underneath some sort of force unseen causes plastic to bend and eventually become brittle and break as bits and pieces of this being are sheared off and absorbed into the tar below. And it takes 5 points of damage immediately. And you get the sense that it's not finished.
All right. We'll both take damage together. And that's my turn.
And it also appears to be restrained in some way. Its movements are hindered. Whatever it did to you, you don't think it can do again.
And Horace will stand here just 10 feet away from this creature, unmoving, still burning, his face like melting a little bit as he has 1 point of might left. But that is his turn.
At the top of the round, I would love for everyone to give me a level 6 intellect check.
Yeah.
This is an intellect defense. It is
From the
6.
room? From the location or from a creature?
From a creature.
Okay.
Um,
6.
I choose
I'll use it to
ease
1
it.
to 5, and I'll spend 2
I'm gonna
intellect.
choose to roll well. No.
I'm using it to 4. 17.
I'm similarly using it for. And yeah, hoping
Hope and pray.
15.
Very nice. So we have 2 passes and 1 failure. Sam, as this thing begins to crumple and crack, the shrieks of dismay and pain assault your senses, and you take 5 points of intellect damage.
My brain!
Oh, yeah.
You don't use that. You don't need that.
But for the other 2, those shrieks do not cause damage but begin to resolve into some sort of intelligible language, and you hear, "Please, stop. Let us go. It hurts. Don't let it take us." And that is what you hear. And we are at the top of the round, which brings us to Sam and Peter.
I didn't handle nothing.
You didn't hear no nothing.
I just have a headache now.
Peter's going to take a closer look at this thing and try to understand what it means by "don't let it take us."
Is this how you would like to spend your action?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a level 5 intellect check around the understanding of magic.
Okay. So I am
Unless
trained
there's
in
something
that.
else you would like to roll.
No. I don't. Yeah. Sorry. The only other thing would be like in the pursuit of knowledge is the same. That's the same. So. but also I'm assuming that means more of like researching, not like tell me your secrets, weird plastic man. He said it was level 5.
It is level 5.
Okay, so understanding it uses it by 1. I choose to spend to ease it more to a 3. So I'll spend 2 to bring it down to a 3. And do my best. I still have 1 point to reroll if I need to. I rolled a 9.
Nice.
Times
Hey, there we go.
beats
Success.
it. Beats it.
Wonderful. There's a lot that you need to learn in order to understand what's going on here, and you are missing so many pieces. The celluloid dolls weren't that small. These wards are of the green and now broken. And they never did properly bury the employees that worked here. These are large mannequins.
Yeah.
And someone mentioned something about a tether, metagame-wise. And that word pops into your head as well, Peter.
Yeah.
Something is tethering these people here.
Yeah.
And maybe what was supposed to be a shelter from a storm did provide some protection and kept them free of control, but did not stop the creation of many, many dolls. And what is that celluloid for? You get the sense that if this being were to be dissolved in this way, violently, and with whatever is coming from beneath, you will further that thing's goals and not protect those within.
Alright. Is there any more time on my action to say anything about that, or is that basically
Talking
like
is
the
a
whole-
free action.
Talking's free. After hearing its cry and seeing its suffering, I think Peter would say, we need to find a different way of dealing with this. Destroying it like this is only completing what has already begun. We're not fixing anything.
And with that, we come to Sam.
Sam loads a bullet and starts to take aim, but hearing that, he lowers his gun. And he goes, what does that mean? Should we leave and come back with more information? And then he's just gonna, because now he's just unsure what to do, so he's just gonna take his turn to take a recovery action.
All right.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
These are choices we can
I got something
You
I
get
can
plus
do.
1.
Very nice.
Because you're
Six.
standing near
7.
me.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so recovered. From 2 intellect back to 12.
Jesus Christ.
I was dumb for a second. But now I'm just thinking real hard. I'm just like, okay. But yeah. So I'm just like, what do we do, sages?
Alright. On its turn, I would love for somebody to roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
4.
Alright.
Just remember, it is hindered for this turn.
I know.
And restrained.
That's what I was checking.
Ah,
It's having the time. It's having the time.
you wanted me to. Rolling a blow was good there, right? Right?
Sure.
Right? Yeah. Why'd she say it like that?
We don't know the rules. We'll never know the rules. Where
Is
you
that
going,
thing trying
buddy?
to move into it or past it?
I don't know.
Where you going, bud?
But I am seeing, well,
Oh, I left them behind.
Oh.
mhm.
Oh. I just registered what that could be. Oh.
I left them behind.
What's what?
Similarly colored goop.
Oh, a goo.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm worried that this is a pine box.
The star begins to shift and grow, and as it seems to start to bubble, it extends and cools and snaps and begins to reach for the creature. As more of this celluloid substance grows up around it, it takes on a more flesh-toned color.
Oh.
And it begins to start to creep up the sides of these celluloid limbs, wrapping around, creating a more laminated texture, something a little bit more pleasant if one were looking for the correct color of doll. It is restrained. It is taking another 5 points of damage, and I would say it sinks a little bit down, and you get the sense that it is no longer able to make any attacks beyond immediate range. That brings us to Horus. You take 2 points of damage at the end of your turn if you don't do anything about it.
Now, with this thing restrained and face fully on fire and hearing this, Horus is going to kind of drop to one knee and just claw at his face to put the fire out because he can't take any more damage. That's just not an option, really. And he's going to stop, drop, and roll like
Wonderful.
10 feet this way. And that's his turn.
And Horus, with your stop, drop, and roll, the jar in your hands begins to shake. And I would love a level 5 speed. No, let's make this level 3. Level 3 speed defense.
Okay.
Just demanding.
2.
Are you serious?
That's a 9.
Is it a 9? I'm bad at reading these. 9.
We gotta.
I'm gonna use a different dice. I'm taking
Bring
this
those
fail.
dice.
I'm taking this fail. Actually, I'm taking this out. This is easier to read.
It's also hard to read.
There we go.
All right, with a 9, you do indeed succeed. Thankfully for you, as this jar begins to shake and shudder, and the glass explodes in midair as you fling it away from yourself. And the other jars in this room similarly shatter and break, spilling their contents out into the room. The ward has done its job, and it is now dead and broken. Turned to a use it did not intend. And there is no protection for anyone left. As we come back to the beginning of the turn, and I need another, this time level 4. Oh no, sorry, level 5. Intellect defense from all of you.
Zip by 1.
Okay. Either that one, for sure.
As it is no longer hindered.
So
Nope, I'm gonna fail.
it's times 3.
Yeah.
So 15, if you are doing it at level 5.
I'm gonna do level 4. Just hope.
18.
You know what? What is this experience for if not to roll things again?
I got a 5.
12.
Use them points.
There we go. Pizza.
And you got a 12, you said?
12, yeah. Easing it by 1.
Okay, and you got a
5.
damn. The pain of this being as it begins to crack and bubble and break. Similarly, 5 points of intellect damage to you.
That's fine, guys.
Screeching cry. Horus, I will say with that final pass, you no longer need to roll to pass this defense. You are now immune.
Yeah.
Sam, you understand its words. As it just says, please, no. Please. We were safe. We were fine. You let it in. Why did you let him in? As it seems to reach out to you in particular, and then to you, Horus, you feel it focus on you and says, please don't hurt us. And that brings us to Sam and Peter.
I have no idea which one is the bad thing and which one is the good thing anymore.
So the thing that's coming up from the ground now, the new guy, that looks more like the fleshy creature we had fought in the alley, right?
For free, you can make a just a general like knowledge, wisdom, history, memory, insight, intellect.
We got there.
Can I ease it?
Sure.
Can I ease the 1, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Which
9.
Say level 4 or 5.
5 is to 4.
5 is 4. There's none.
Okay, cool.
when you said sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
When you said I can understand it now,
Yes.
which thing is speaking?
Plastic creature.
This one.
That thing.
Okay, it looks horrifying, but now I'm beginning to. And let's see.
Peter did mention that destroying it by violent means would only be furthering the goals of your mass.
And what is this thing? You rolled to see if this thing was
Was like what we had seen in the alleyway. I rolled a 9 though, so I failed my check, so I don't know.
okay. Could I
For free, yeah.
take a look at it and see what I make of this thing?
Sure. It's free.
What kind of check?
Level 5, I believe, is what I said.
Yes.
Of just intellect for memory.
15.
15. And I would say, Vincent, you get your knowledge of the beasts.
I also ease it, and this dice is really old. I can't tell if it's a 6 or a 9. Let's see.
Does the other one have an
I
indication?
think there's a line underneath. It just looks faded.
Let me see.
I think this is a 9. Let me see your dice.
If you just
Yeah, I see the
believe.
line under it. There's a line right there.
Great. So that's
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 9.
Alright, I rolled a 9. And I'm gonna use a different die.
and you say because you're trained as well, yes?
I'm trained. No, I use a level of effort to ease it. And you said I got my nature, the savage beast thing. So I needed a 9. I got a 9.
Great. And did you get you got a 15 as well, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. So your memories of your combat from last night, although hazy due to fog for some of you, because indeed you were further away, so it makes sense, Peter.
I saw nothing.
That's a very familiar little bit. You just... It came from the tar pit, it came from below. And there is a little turn to the corner there that does kind of meet up with the sewers.
Alright. Now filled with determination, I will say to the group, I don't think I'll point to the thing that we've been fighting. That's not what we're hunting. And I'll point to the other thing. That's the thing that we encountered in the alleyway. And I'll take a shot at, we're destroying the wrong thing. And I'll take a shot at the thing. And I'll also say, don't let it consume the other thing. All of that within 6 seconds. Really fast.
Damn, Bobby is coming across.
And you know what? You're gonna see Sam take out a necklace from behind his shirt that has a bullet on the necklace, and he's gonna put that in his mouth as he aims his gun and shoots at that.
Very nice.
So let me just roll the come due. It's not a 1.
Fantastic.
And I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna use some 2 levels of effort to ease the shot. So what's the difficulty of shooting the thing?
The little thing?
Yeah.
Level 3.
Level 3,
Using 2 to 1.
2 to 1, and I'm trained, so it's actually just a nothing. So I'm gonna roll anyways because
You gotta roll to see if you hit a 1.
Maybe I get a natural 7. All right, so I
But you
hit it.
pass.
And you know what? I'm gonna just do more damage to it by spending more effort. So it's gonna do 8 plus 2 from the artifact plus 13 damage.
Yeah.
Aided by the
you-
devil's spent bullet.
Aided by the devil's spent bullet, you blow this thing away. This tiny bit that escaped last night, you break its hold on the celluloid conglomeration, and you see the tendrils become thin and stretched as it sinks back into the tar pit. And without further violence, we could potentially be out of initiative, but it is its turn.
Okay. I did not go.
You did not go.
No.
Right.
So the other creature was...
Is this off
That
the
is
map
now
now?
off the map, and the tar is still... That particular pit is still once more.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I just, like, move this way?
Of course.
Just to see what's this happening?
So,
over here?
moving 10 feet is free.
Yeah.
Moving further is a combat action.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm determined not to hit this thing unless we have to. So I will continue my way. Right? So we move a maximum of 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 10, about 20 more feet. And then I'm just gonna book it as far as I can, just to kind of see around the corner.
All right.
I think, if I recall, if you want to move further, it could be like a speed task to move further. But if you
It's
Question
true.
mark?
If you would like to move as part of, if you would like to move a long distance, so even further,
Yep.
it's a level 4 speed task.
Yep.
Or you stumble. If you would like to do something else, you could roll that level 4 and then have another action.
Yeah. I think at this point, I think Peter's goal was just to make sure that there wasn't anything else coming from this direction, because this part of the room has been obscured to him since we got into here, so I don't know what's coming out of here. I will attempt the speed task to see if I just
Yeah, good
eat
call.
shit, or
For
if I
sure.
can observe this part more efficiently. So a level 4 speed task.
Mm-hmm.
just
I
don't
do
stumble
have-
into the puddle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trip and fall and just die, and then we won't have to worry about me anymore.
You're gonna fall right into the path of your shotgun blast.
I'm gonna-
Get down, Mr. President!
I'll ease it by 1, and then I don't have anything else that will ease it, so I'll just manually ease it by 1.
There you go.
So it's 3.
Use it with your luck.
13.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Pass.
Nice pass.
Moving.
And with that pass, you would like to move?
I want to, like...
Or would you like to have another action?
So it's either move long or move short and do an action.
I will move short and
I
do
will
an
s-
action. Oh, sorry.
I will hold on to that action because as you look around the corner
Yes.
to see what might be behind, you see a barred door.
Mhm.
Not barred as in like there's a bar over the door, but like it's bars
Yeah.
door
Yeah.
that leads off into some sort of sewer. It looks like the door was added a little bit later and that something else had been blocking that area before. And little tiny beady eyes look at you
Oh,
as they
afraid.
come down a horde of rats that comes down this tunnel.
So, I think, well, the action I was going to do was I was going to touch the plants in front of me and cast Foxfire upon that, because I can do 1 lit object per level, so I can have 2 lit objects. I would like to light up the plants over here, just so this area is more, like, lit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will be like, my friends! And that'll be my turn.
Fantastic.
The vines glint and glow as you light up just the life force that was once present in these dying branches. And coming from the sewers, your friends, the rats and mice and little crawling things that live in the sewers and in the corners and walls of this town, arrive on the scene, ready to aid their friend. And that brings us to the conglomerate. So this thing, these people, their source of fear is somewhat lessened, but is still here. Horace, where are you on the map? Can you point yourself out to me?
I'm like 10 feet away from it.
Great. It is going to hold an action, but it is very much still focused on you.
Oh,
as that third head once more resolves, and the eyes boop, boop, pop back out, and they are all turned on you. That brings us to Horace.
It's 15 feet for free, right?
10 feet.
Okay, 10 feet for free. And then seeing people vanishing around this corner, Horace is going to use their action to run.
Where are you running?
Just continue to run with this group. So that's 10, that's 20, that's 30.
Running away.
Well, this is where everybody's going, right?
It's just not closer.
Oh, yeah,
Jay.
not closer to this creature, no. Definitely.
Wonderful.
He's keeping his eyes on it. And we'll probably, I think I can get to here.
Great.
What is this? Is it just a table?
It seems to be some sort of table shelf.
So kind of like taking a little bit of cover behind
Yeah,
it.
you can definitely have partial cover there.
Yeah. And what
there
are these little
doors.
things right in front of me?
That is the glass shards of another jar.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you do see the glint of metal and nails, as well as these. It almost kind of smells like a sulfurish kind of tinge
Okay.
to the liquid now.
Okay. And I see all of Peter's friends making their way down, which is pretty horrifying.
It's true. You are now standing between Peter and his group of friends.
But looking around, is there anything else that looks suspicious, or like it could be the source of this like gross stuff?
So that if you would like to use some perception check to look around, that'll be a level 4 speed test to see if you can do that on your turn, or you can do it next turn. Because you did move beyond.
Yeah, maybe I'll trip. Let's see. So stumbling through the plant life that suddenly just grows bright, Horace just goes, ah! and falls.
All right. So go ahead and give your little perception check from the ground. I will say. So what are you
that's
looking
what-
for in particular?
I'm looking for like these things are looking to be free. There's something else that is causing them harm. And so I'm looking for any kind of source, whether this is a hole in the wall that ooze is coming out of, whether this is a creepy looking jar that is whispering sweet nothings, just something off about.
Level 5.
Okay.
Around the understanding of magic.
Okay. I am just regular at understanding. I'm going
And
to
I
use
would
it.
say you get an asset because of an earlier realization had.
Okay. So that makes it 4. I'll use it to 3. I got 1 left. No, that's a 4. Oh,
about
no
that,
idea.
yeah.
Looking around, it's just I'm still blinking out the light.
It's just blinking out the light. The jars are exploded. Maybe it's afraid of the explosions. Something in this room is causing it great fear and harm. And as you run away around the corner to gain cover and see what else is in this room, we come out of initiative.
All right. Ah!
I want to walk towards this thing, but just not fully approach it, but approach it enough so that to let it to like know that it to get its attention and speak to it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have been great if the music just shifted right back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we broke the ward. We're here hunting the thing that lies below. How can we help you? Is there a way to... By the way, I look around, and you mentioned bunker to, I think, Horace, but do I recognize this as a bunker?
Storage, not a bunker itself. Did I mention?
Do I see signs that look like radio...
It's supposed to be safe.
Yes. Safe. Warded.
Okay.
Metaphorically, like a spiritual bunker.
Is there anything that we can do to help you? So yeah. So essentially, sorry, we're hunting things down below. Is there anything that we can do to help you or free you?
As it begins to speak, Horace, you do not have to. Peter and Sam, make your final, if you pass, level 5 intellect roll. And I will say, because you are out of combat, it'll be a level 4.
Use about 1.
I use all of my effort to ease it, which is...
Horace uses this moment to stand up.
This feels like a really important role.
Natural 20.
No, 17.
Hey,
But safe.
we take it.
Let's see.
Everything's going down.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Appropriate timing.
2 for you. 2 for anybody else.
Ooh. Let's see. Could I split the 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Makes the decision easier.
Thank you. I'm so wealthy once more. I spent 5 XP this time.
I spent so
Oh,
much
my
XP. It was
XP.
great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Stay down
We don't
on
get to
the
keep-
low tier.
We don't get to keep it with us.
I feel really bad about shooting this with the bloody green bow.
So bad.
How dare you do this to me?
I feel so bad. Hey, you used it. As the 2 of you make your final pass, and now can freely communicate with this being who does not wish to cause harm but does anyway. You are the hunter.
I nod.
She liked you. Myrtle's wards are broken. She stopped most of it. We just wish to go. We can no longer be whole or separated, but we could be freed from our tether. A banishing. You've done one before. And as they say that, a memory of a hunt that resulted in possibly your most ill-advised trophy. The cat. If not friend, why friend-shaped? Wildcats are fearsome foes. And as long as you treat them with respect and evade their territory, no harm comes to you or them. And when something screams in the woods that sounds like a little lost child, you know the time for hunting is done. This cat did not scream. This cat was quiet and appeared in shadow as something infested this cat, no longer hunting for need or to feed its young, killing for pleasure. And it extended to some of the few folks that passed through the town who were not fortunate enough to be able to afford accommodation. Myrtle was first introduced to you back then. And the 2 of you worked together to find a solution. You, a practical hunter, with your fellow hunting companion, Michael, trained in the ways of tracking and finding the stags and boars of the woods. And with Myrtle's help, now trained to find the beasts, both of the green and the dark, that seek to do harm to those caught in the middle, the helpless humans and beasts of the earth. Some creature had broken a pact with some other entity of the green and was now running unrestrained, infesting the predators and the small things of the wood and leaving the fields in ruin. And while you protected Myrtle as she completed her banishment ritual, restraining this wisp and shadow and roil of smoke and imprisoning it, you destroyed the cat and helped release one thing from its tether so that it could be, in this instance, captured elsewhere. Part of that required some items and a ritual to be completed in order to give you the opportunity to free one from its shell, its host. You get the sense that you will, if you want to free this thing, you will need to complete a similar banishment ritual, which will require a few components, some of which you have stocked up over time and your experience with the hunt back at your bar, and some that Myrtle had, which, if this basement is intact, warded as it was against the powers of the dark, perhaps some of her stores remain. And also, Peter just has some weird shit. I will say, for free, for all of you, now that the wards have been broken and you've been called attention to it, and with the time available, you investigate a little bit more into these wards that have now been broken. And as they told you, it was Myrtle's. You have a sense of where they came from. Do you share with the group that these wards were Myrtle's?
Yes, I share everything I learned, and I'm thinking about all the stuff you just mentioned. And in addition to that, can I recount the things I think we'll need based on memory of Myrtle's thing? So I'm assuming all that also gets relayed.
Sure. And you begin to recount a list of items that I will put into the chat for later. This is a more time-consuming ritual. And you get the sense you can free this thing once that is achieved. But it will take a little bit of time, maybe a day. So you have a choice to make. Do you continue to follow your trail? Or do you help that which is immediately in front of you?
So from the understanding that we have thus far, the ritual would free this conglomeration of creatures.
But just that.
But just that. Okay.
Do we deal with this problem now, or do we deal with the root of the problem and allow suffering to continue?
I think we should deal with this now. It looked like whatever was down Neve was trying to absorb this thing. So it could get stronger.
Not stronger. So that it could walk above unnoticed. You saw what it did to our poor friend. This was the next iteration.
Go ahead. Give me a level 7 around the understanding of magic, Horace.
Is it relating to that fleshy creature?
It is.
I have an asset for that.
You do.
I'm going to use that.
Or I can just give it to you. I'm gonna make a recovery roll. Go for it. Would you like more XP?
Yeah. I look at this sort of creature, and thinking about it from the context of something that Myrtle was trying to stop, especially hearing that, I think, like, calms whatever righteous fire was sort of burning within Horace. And he listens to Sam, and he listens to all of this. And what comes to mind? He's holding the stall.
This is not the next iteration. This is a failed iteration. The souls are trapped in celluloid, yes, but they haven't gone anywhere. They're still here. And they have their own will. Not often does that happen. In fact, never does that happen. You've not seen the dolls move on their own and ask for help. Myrtle protected them, but unfortunately at the cost of her life, and some knowledge was had about what she was attempting to do. She was too late to save them, but also too late to keep them free. They are trapped and bound here, yes. But they are not under that thing's control. And you are correct. It wants them so that it can walk above. But not as a sticky mass.
Horace thinks but does not say all that.
I think we should help this thing. Myrtle put these wards down to protect it. She must have thought it was important enough to make sure that these souls are protected from that thing.
And with that, Horace, you know. You could ask her. And Peter, you know that going to Myrtle's represents a different problem. Because it's not unoccupied. And with that, there's a choice to be made. Because there are 4 of you here. And I think Hank might have something to say about it. So because this is a good place to stop, this is where we will end. And when Hank comes back, Hank will have 2 extra XP as well, as I decide to give Hank some knowledge. He could choose to refuse it. As you all can, if you have the XP to give back to me. And some of you still have a way for me to fuck with you.
It's me.
The thing that lies beneath is still there and very much still active. And Horace, you know, so close. But there are people trapped and in need. Which is the greater threat and which is the greater need? We will find out next week. No, excuse me.
2 weeks.
So much time in between. Anything could happen. Find out. And again, catch some of the more explicit Easter eggs from this episode and the hidden ones from last episode that the players missed. As you join us in 2 weeks for our 3rd session of Iron and Thorns.